Hello, everyone. Jeff Kirby here, Philly member customer, JMK Costuming and Show Design. We're talking DCI. We're trying to talk about as many shows as we can, first impressions. Today's going to be the Blue Stars. First, a few videos back, we discussed the abundance of the screamer, the screaming trumpet this year, all over the board. I want to give a big shout out to the abundance of Latin rhythms this year. It's fantastic. It's great. We're hearing it in a number of different cores, and each one's got their own style. But they all sound great. Latin music just does that to you, right? Yeah, it's fantastic. Today we're talking about the Blue Stars, Collection 26, the galleries. It's an art show. Now, last year I wasn't a big fan of Blue Stars. I was a fan of how they played, how they performed, but I thought the show was kind of tacky. I didn't like the creative direction last year. This year, I absolutely love what they're doing. They've got a lot going on, a great musical score. The costuming evolves throughout the show. Yeah, it's a bunch of different sections that kind of keeps you on your toes. Great all around. If you follow, I started taking notes instead of trying to go on memory. So here's my what I've come away with after watching the Blue Star. My first impression of the Blue Stars. So they've got a great opening staging. They're kind of snaked out, and then they rise. I feel like Cadets did this their final year a couple years ago, where they were kind of down, then they lifted up. We've seen this type of technique used before, but it looks nice. The costuming all starts out all white with a frame. They've got an old gold brownish frame on the side of the uniform. Costuming. The guard. They've got these frames they come through. That kind of helps start the show. So the artwork is coming to life, right? And we've got horns that also do the same. They've got big frame props that the horns kind of come through as well, bringing the art to life. Yeah, the opening build's very beautiful. It's prolonged, and then you get this nice big hit. It goes right back down again. They kind of get themselves back together, regroup as a full core. Triangle formation, and then just put out this beautiful, beautiful piece. And while they're playing that, the flags are complementing that piece incredibly well. So that whole opening, love it. They go into a front ensemble part. They sound fantastic, the front ensemble. And then they've got a kind of a short solo that leads into the Latin music. Yeah, the Latin stuff's incredible. Now, what I'm getting out of the Latin scene is kind of Pacific Crest from 2 years. That was one of my favorite shows, Pacific Crest. They did the Frida show. I haven't read into this show, but I'm getting the Frida vibe out of this. They've got the Latin rhythms going. The guard comes out with the big Mexican dresses on. I think part of the costume may evolve at this point to start showing a little bit of color on the core itself. Yeah. The uniforms open up to show more. The color palette all around fantastic. And you start out with all this white. It's like a blank canvas, right? And then as the show goes on, that canvas is getting filled in as the uniforms kind of open up and reveal themselves more and more. By the end, on the court, the arms are hanging with artwork. You've got artwork all over the uniform itself. And it all started out white with a frame, blank canvas. So that's a story within a story, right? That's smart. That's smart writing. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the execution is working. It's there. So that's an idea that was designed brilliantly. Yeah, and then there's this really cool Latin breakdown, and the movement is so subtle. When you act that way, you're communicating this emotional pull, draw to the audience. You're making the audience feel something different with that subtleness. Love it. Then they come in. I'm pretty sure it's Starry Night is what they're trying to bring out. What happens? The frames, they turn sideways. It's all black. I wish they would do something with the sides of those frames. Maybe put some Starry Night artwork into the sides of those frames. That will also help draw attention to the soloist in the middle of the field. Instead of having the black of the sides of the frames when they're turned, put some color on there, put some artwork on there, which will draw more focus to that soloist. So get something on the sides of those frames. Yeah, and then all the horns end up inside of the frames for the ballad that kind of builds into the solo. Absolutely beautiful work, beautiful sound, and visually stunning, absolutely stunning. Also during the ballad, the flags, fantastic work. Then they break into the sections. They've got a series of runs they all go through. Well, they're all broken into 4 sections in front of the frames. That looks really nice. I really like that staging. I think that may have gone on a little too long, but it was nice. It's very, very nice. And here the costume builds more, opens up more. Yeah, and at this point, the flags are they're very static in the one corner of the backfield. I feel like there needs to be more movement, even if it's movement in the same spot. They seem very flat-footed for quite a while, 20, 30 seconds, maybe more, maybe a minute. They finally do move out and fill the entire field. But all that music's being played in the front, but my eye kept going to the backfield, that back corner where the flags are moving, but there's no movement on the field itself. So I would add in some choreography with intent to be seen with movement for those performers. There's a great message at the end that comes through vocally. If you want to hear what that message is, check out the Blue Stars show for yourself. It's all on YouTube. And I just feel like the finale needs to be a lot bigger. It feels incomplete right now. And I feel like it's, I don't want to say a letdown, but there's so much happening in this show. I feel like the finale just kind of happens. I feel like there needs to be a lot more of a build, more power. They've got the power, use it. But overall, great ideas. The execution's there. A lot of touch-ups that could really, really build this show and make it into something absolutely incredible. But that's my first impression on the Blue Stars. I love it, and I'm going to love seeing where this show ends up come finals time, because just like the Blue Knights, I think there's a lot of room for growth in writing, in show writing with this show. And hopefully they take advantage of these opportunities. So thanks for tuning in. That's the Blue Stars First Impression 2026. Yeah, we'll see you on the next one. This is Jeff Kirby, Philly Mummer Costumer, JMK Costume Show Design. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.